right, welcome in everybody to Traverse City. We're here at the Center Ice Arena for Game 1 of the North-South Showcase. Caledonia Fighting Scots taking on the Saginaw Heritage hockey team. This will be a tape delay broadcast. Unfortunately, the network just is not stable enough to go live, so apologize for this being uploaded a little bit late. Play back and forth so far. Puck currently in the Caledonia zone. Lewandowski out with Moore and Supak from his own zone. Soft up the wall for Sova. Sova played it ahead for Mikkelsen. Up the neutral zone. Evan Moore on the defensive side. Gets a stick on the puck. Taken away by Sova. Gets it to Harmon Esch. Esch on the near side. Slides in towards the net. Gets it up and into goal for the save and whistle. Puck played around to the far side. Heritage sends it out to neutral. Evan Moore gives chase. Moore off the back wall. Up the wall. Heritage gets a stick on it, holds it here. Gets a shot in on Hogue, and he'll hold cover for the whistle. Sam Hogue in net, the senior goaltender. Caledonia, the home team today in their first game of the weekend. Tomorrow, a game at 12:15, right in the same rink against the Painesdale Jeffers Jets. Bryce Mitchell gets the loose puck, carries it to neutral, has a drop off his stick. Gabe Supak follows, dumps it in deep. Delayed offsides. Cal has to check up. They did. Puck loose to the middle, picking it, looking for it is Gorby. Heritage wraps it around behind their own goal to the far side corner. Puck played back in by Caledonia. Heritage there, though. Clears it to neutral zone. On the pressure there, Gorby. Puck moved up to Raylan Baltima. Baltima takes it wide on the far side. Shot off a shin guard. Knocked down by Heritage. Played into neutral zone. Dumped in from the red line. Hogue settles it behind his net. After it, there is Camden Quigley. Quigley D to Supak behind the net. Supak up the near side to Mitchell. Mitchell tried to check it to Jagger Burns. Puck, though, played by the Heritage. Puck loose on the far side. After it, Isaiah Supak. Held in by Quigley at the blue line. Wrapped around to the near corner. Up into neutral zone. Heritage with a rush. They've got a man there. Play into the corner as Osborne levels a hit. Moves the puck far side. Heritage shot towards the middle. Loose in on Hogue. And he'll cover for the whistle. Good play there by Heritage. Puck played into neutral. In the Hawks end, Osborne, far side corner. Behind the net, trying to drag it out in front, Burns. Loose behind the net, Isaiah Supak, wrap around, loose in front, Osborne a shot. Save, rebound, and he gets it in, Jagger Burns. A gritty goal there, Jagger gets the rebound goal. With 13:45 left in the first. Landon Moore out with Sova. and Lewandowski. Hawks with the draw. They'll dump it in, shallow. Played back by Supak. Out to neutral zone it goes. Hawks there, they'll play it back. Supak steps. Landon Moore there as well. Supak feeds it back to Sova. Sova cross ice for Quigley at the red line, dumps it in. Oops. Puck played into the corner, behind the net, pressured by Lewandowski. Hawks cycle it, now back on the far side breakout. Puck played into neutral. Hawks with control. Puck loosened up into the wall. Now into neutral zone, Supak on a break. He's got two guys with him. Supak takes it low, centers it in off of the goalie. Bounced into the far wall. Finding the loose puck is Nichols. Dump attempt by the Hawks, caught by Supak. He has to retreat and reset into neutral zone. Esch tried to find Sova, went off a defender, and now dumped into the Caledonia zone. Aiden Eitel off the back wall for Zach Feliska. Eitel's outlet on the wall for Mikkelsen. William Mikkelsen takes it wide on the far side. Loose, dumped the puck behind the net, centers it. Goaltender got a stick on the pass. Out to Veliska. The point shot goes over, gets deflected and goes over the net. Saginaw will ice the puck here, and we'll bring it back for an offensive zone draw.
No live. No live? Oh, dude. Still live. We'll clean it up. You have it, it's just really slow.
Face off in the offensive zone. Esch out with Sova and Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen with it. Centers it for Sova. Sova shot save. Hawks able to clear the zone. Puck played in deep after it. Aiden Eitel will get a whistle for icing. Esch, Sova, Mikkelsen up front. Zach Veliska and Aiden Eitel on defense. Face off won by Cal. Eitel puts a shot wide. Mikkelsen with the rebound. He scores! William Mikkelsen with a turnaround shot. And Cal extends the lead. I think Veliska gets the assist on that one. William Mikkelsen, the Denmark exchange student staying in the Lowell school system, part of the co-op that is the Caledonia hockey team, hockey co-op between Lowell and Thornapple Kellogg in Middleville. Have somebody representing each one of those three schools here on the team. Heritage with the puck in their own end. They'll look to break it out near side. Heritage takes it wide, shot in on Hogue, save. Loose on the far side wall. Oh, that one! A shot in from the far wall. I'm not sure, I didn't see if it got deflected, but it goes in. So Heritage gets that one right back. Face-off won by the Hawks in their own zone. Pressuring is Boltima. Puck played to neutral. Supak dumps it in. Delayed offsides. Cal checks up. Saginaw breaks it out far side. Gorby gets a stick on it. Holds it just inside the zone. Now comes out. Heritage defender got a stick on it. And now they turn and dump it deep. Hogue settles behind the net. Hogue wraps it far side wall. Gets past Boltima. Heritage dumps it in the corner. Thomas Evers there. Evers behind the end line has it deflected. A shot in by the Hawks, and Hogue is there with the glove. .47, 49 left in the first period. 2-1 Cal with the lead. Veliska behind the net. Far side for Eston Brown. Puck pushed back in the corner by the Hawks. Now put behind the net. Veliska's there. Up the wall for Osborne. That'll clear the zone, but the Heritage defenders take possession. They're able to clear it. Veliska picks it off at mid-ice. Heritage able to pull it away. Osborne with a stick to send it the other way. Osborne drives it to the middle, taking off his stick. Heritage clears. Puck loose. Quigley with a stick on it. Loose on the far side wall. Hawks there first. Veliska pressures. Centering pass connects. A shot over the net. Rebound goes in the near side. Pass out to the point. Picked off by Osborne and carried to neutral zone. Puck moved to the far side. Brown's there. He'll dump it in and get a change. Heritage will have some space to regroup in their own zone as they break it out. And dump it in deep. Moore and Quigley come in on defense. Landon Moore up top with Nichols. Puck loose. Evan Moore picks it up. Sends a pass up for Lewandowski. Lewandowski in the middle for Nichols. Dropped it to Landon Moore. Landon shoots! And that's gloved by the Heritage Hawk goaltender and held for a whistle. Eitel and Moore now back on D. Landon Moore, Nichols, and Lewandowski up top. Landon Moore, pass back to Eitel. Shot goes wide. Played out by the Hawks. Pass knocked down by Evan Moore. Gloves it and dumps it in from the red line. Played around to the far side. The Hawks up the wall, back in a neutral zone. This one's played by Esch. Esch roughed into the wall. Into the zone. Evan Moore with possession. Pass to the middle. Connects with Nichols. Nichols dropped it to Esch. Esch a shot that goes wide. Puck played near side. Eitel can't hold it in. Loose in the Caledonia zone. Moore after it. Evan Moore in the corner. Stops the puck. Hawks, though, able to get a stick on it. Move it up the wall. Esch is there to help along with Sova. Digging at it. Now goes loose into the corner for Moore. He puts it behind the net for Eitel. Eitel sends it back to Moore. Moore's pass in the middle. Connects with Sova. Sova cross ice for Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen gets pressure off the wall and in the corner. Goes loose to Sova in the shooting lane. A shot blocked. Rebound into the goaltender. Another rebound is sent wide. Still in the Hawk zone. Now the Hawks have control and some space. They send it cross ice. Deflected in. Quigley crashes down in on it. Loosens it. Mikkelsen over for Supak. Supak up the wall for Esch. Ooh, Esch went in just offsides. So we'll take it out of the zone. Puck played in by Chase Gorby. Mitchell and Boltemont with him. Gorby muscles it into the corner. Heritage gets some help, sends it around far side. Player at the wall, chipped it into the Caledonia zone. Heritage with the speedster after it first. Loses an edge, though. Boltemont off the back wall to Mitchell on the near side. Mitchell's pass for Gorby. Jumped off the stick. Played by the Hawks in their own zone. Try to clear on the far side. They're successful. Veliska's pass deflected by Boltema. Played by the Hawks. Hawks center a pass picked off. Cleared to the near side wall. Mitchell's there. Bryce Mitchell turns. Looking for an opening. Now he'll reset in his zone. Veliska pass to Boltema. Boltema's deflection goes cross ice. Played up by the Hawks. Gorby over for Velisca. Velisca to Mitchell. He'll bang it in deep. Cal's trying to get a change here. Hawks breakout, picked off by Nichols. A shot off the shin guard. Puck clear, caught by Landon Moore. Carried in, gets it to Nichols. Nichols tried to feed it to Lewandowski. Picked off by the Hawks. Puck, though, held in the zone by Lewandowski, but a penalty whistle and a hooking call on Ty Lewandowski. So Cal goes on the penalty kill first. Two to 1 your score. We're just over halfway done with the first period. Heritage on the power play. Point man puts it in towards Hoagie. Gloves for the whistle. Face-off played around near side, looking for Esch. Saginaw has to play it neutral zone. They go cross ice. Heritage from the far side, shot in on Hogue, a save. And dumping it length of the ice. Cal defense, goaltender out to play it. Esch there applying pressure. Picking up the puck there is Sova on the far side wall. And another penalty, arm goes up. Looks like an interference call, a collision off the puck. Esch goes down. So 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute and a half. And then Cal will get their first chance at a short 30-second power play. An interesting rule change, I think, this year in the high school hockey. You'll see the referee when they have these face-offs in the offensive zone. He'll ask the offensive team which side of the ice they want to have the face-off. It's a new rule where coaches or teams get to decide which side of the ice. So an interference call on the Hawks. We get a whistle as the net comes loose. Supak, Quigley, Mitchell, and Nichols, your four for Caledonia. Face off one back to Supak. Supak played it in towards net. That's gloved for the whistle. Itel and Moore come out on D. Mitchell and Nichols still up front. Saginaw wraps it far side. Heritage there to pick it up. Moore on defense. Takes the puck away at the red line. He'll dump it in deep. Played to Mitchell at the wall. Mitchell back to Itel. Itel back to Mitchell at the wall. Mitchell towards net. Puts it in on net, and that's going to be saved and held for a whistle. Nichols on the draw. One to Cal, Itel. Sauces one over to Mitchell. Mitchell, top of the zone with it. Gives it up for Moore. Moore, cross ice to Nichols. Nichols, patient. Shot off the paddle of the goaltender into the back glass. Mitchell, down low for Nichols. A backhand kick save by the goalie. Heritage with a good deke, and now able to break it out. Pass through the air, goes long. Icing arms up. And we'll bring it back down to the offensive zone draw. There you see that referee asking which side. They pick the left. About 30 seconds left here in the 4-on-4. Esch, Quigley, Supak, and Sova. A shot in by, that was Quigley, saved, rebound saved as well. Supak holds it in deep, behind the net, Sova. Puck goes through. Play it out at the blue line, Quigley holds it in. Oh, he takes a big hit. On his feet though. Playing it is Sova, now to neutral zone for Supak. Supak carries it in, dropped it to Esh. Esh cross ice for Sova. Sova centers it, goes all the way through to Esh. Esh with a shot, and that'll be held by the goaltender. Good pressure here by the Scots. So Caledonia gets their fifth skater back. Supak, Mikkelsen, Sova, Esh, and Quigley on the power play. Cal wins the draw. Esh feeds Supak from the top of the zone. Supak deflected shot by Mikkelsen saved. Cross for Esh. Esh to Supak. Down low for Quigley. Heritage gets a stick on it. They wrap it around. Held in by Sova. His pass knocked down. Sends it to the near side. That's going to come out of the zone. Heritage able to get a stick on it and send it deep. They get their man out of the box, back to 5-on-5. 4 minutes left in the first. Supak skates it through. Supak charges it ahead down the middle. Feeds a pass over for Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen behind the net. He goes down, keeps control of the puck. Centers it for Supak. Backhand shot save. Out to Veliska at the point. That jumped his stick. Veliska's chasing after it. Some pressure by the Hawks. Hogue out to play it. Hogue goes down. Gets another stick on it. Can't find Esh. Played by the Hawks. Cross ice. Now deep in the corner. Supak high off the glass. Clears the zone. Heritage able to get a stick on it. They bring it back in off sides. Gorby, Mitchell, and Boltima out for Caledonia. On defense, Veliska and Moore. This is Evan Moore behind the net. Outlet for Boltima, connects. Boltima into the middle, cross long for Mitchell. Streaks in on the near side. Bryce centers it off the skate of Gorby and into the corner. Saginaw able to out it. Icing is waved off. Veliska chases down. Leaves it up the wall for Mitchell. Heritage, a give and go. Cleared out by Moore. Heritage pass back to the near point man. He'll play it back deep behind the net. Evan Moore gives chase. He's got it. Moore off the wall on the breakout for Boltima. Just out of his reach. Loose now to Moore again. Gets it to Boltima, who now gets it in deep. Heritage there behind their net. Here comes Mitchell on the forecheck. Heritage connects at mid-ice. Hit by Boltima. Puck played into neutral zone. Off the stick by Supak. Mitchell carries it ahead. Bryce Mitchell into the middle. Pass in the middle, knocked down by the defense. Quigley holds it in from the blue line. Heritage breakout near side. Out to Quigley at the point. Ooh, jumped his stick. So he'll have to retreat and regroup. Moves it over for Supak. Supak behind the net for Quigley. Quigley up the wall for Landon Moore. Far side break in. This is Lewandowski behind the net. Tried to center it all the way through to the wall. Sova with a slap shot, and that will get held. Saved and held by the goaltender. Sova, Esh, Mikkelsen, Eitel, and Evan Moore. Pass by Cal. Esh in front, couldn't get a shot. Eitel holds it in. He's loosened off the puck, and the Hawks carry it ahead. Gets around Mikkelsen. Hawks pass all the way through. Evan Moore picks up the loose puck. Moore carries it ahead, 4-on-2. Moves it over for Esh. Esh down low. Moore carries it from the corner. Gets it to Sova. Sova down low. A one-timer save by the goaltender. Moore from the point gets it to the wall for Esch. Esch carries it out, top of the circle. Some pressure, retreats, moves it back to Moore. Moore over for Eitel. Played it in towards net, deflected and saved by the goaltender. Puck on the wall. Esch battles to hold it deep. Saginaw gets a stick on it and they'll send it deep for an icing. So 49 seconds left in the first period. Another offensive zone draw. There's that ref asking which side, left or right. Anybody want to pick? And we're going to go left. Gorby, Boltima, Mitchell, Veliska, Supak. Face-off goes behind the net. Heritage harder on the wall, far side. Supak holds it in, takes a hit, gets it to Mitchell. Ooh, Mitchell's pass knocked down. Mitchell gets it back. Heritage gets the loose puck. They cycle it. Far side corner. Gorby crashes. Gorby at the wall. Supak there to help. Heritage though moves it ahead. Hawks in on. Put a shot in on Hogue. And he covers for a whistle. Face off in the D zone. Veliska with it behind his goal. Outlet for Lewandowski. Ty sends it to Supak on the regroup. Supak high off the glass looking for Landonmore. Loose puck to neutral zone. Hawks break it back in. Pass in the middle connects. Hawks pass to the middle. Cleared out by Landonmore. Plays it high off the glass and that comes out into the bleachers just as our period clock expires. We're going to clear the ice here at Center Ice Arena in Traverse City. Thanks for watching on the Pass Shoot Score Network. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back with second period action. Cal leads 2-1 as we take our first break. Welcome back, everybody. Traverse City, Center Ice Arena. We're back in the second period. Apologies, just missed, at least broadcasting and recording the third goal of the game. Ethan Sova, after a high-pressure offensive zone series, Cal with 4 shots in on goal. Sova rips it in. More pressure here as Moore plays it on the wall for Mikkelsen. Back to Moore at the point. Moore, cross for Eitel. That'll jump out of the zone. Eitel, good job defensively. Heritage with the puck. Evan Moore gets back, got a stick on it. Played it back off the wall. Up to neutral zone. Mikkelsen looking for Esch, goes long. Esch slides down hard behind the net. Back on his feet though. Moore holds it at the point, makes a move, carries to the wall. Evan Moore into the corner, fed it behind the net for Boltima. All the way to Gorby at the corner. Gorby, puck played out to Supak at the point position. Supak carried toward the middle, poked off his stick, but Boltima has it. Ryland Boltima's shot, save, and goes wide of net. Cal holds it in the zone. Boltima after the loose puck. Boltima in the corner. Carried up the wall. Fed it back into the middle. Played by the Hawks. High off the glass. Held up by Supak. Or no, that's Thomas Evers. Evers over to Boltima. His shot knocked down. And the Hawks carry it out. They'll dump in from the red line and look for a change. Supak's going to take advantage of that. Rushes the puck up himself. Oh, poked off his stick here at the blue line. Gorby wrestles it away, gets it in the zone. Heritage there. Deflected far side. Supak lays a hit, separates man from puck. Gorby puts it around the wall to the corner. Mitchell pressured there. Puck loosened up. Heritage played towards the middle. Pass on the doorstep and a save by Hogue. Nice play by the Hawks. Rebound's cleared all the way out. Neutral zone. Mitchell gets it poked off his stick at the blue line, and the Hawks bring it right back. Pass cross ice goes long into the wall. Supak now in on it. That's Jagger Burns. Heritage a shot in from the point. And Sam Hogue will hold that for the whistle. Fix the clock up. 13-13 left in the second. Jagger Burns on the faceoff. Quigley in the corner, played by the Hawks up the wall. Poked loose, cleared by Veliska to Quigley in the corner. Quigley, nice cycle to Burns. Burns up the wall for Osborne. Osborne played it hard around the wall to the far side. Veliska, Isaiah Supak. Veliska absorbs a hit, gets it to neutral zone. Calville retreats. Quigley up for Osborne and dumped in deep, or deflected in deep. Heritage behind their net, held in by Quigley in the feet. Chipped out by the Hawks. Loose puck taken by Isaiah Supak. Supak a shot over the net. Loose rebound cleared out. The Hawks chip it ahead. 1-on-1. Quigley on defense. A shot goes wide. Here's Ty Lewandowski now on the ice. Carries it forward. Lewandowski pushes it into the corner behind the net. Nichols gives chase. Isaiah Supak off on a change. Saginaw transitions into the Caledonia zone, gets past the D. A shot in on Hogue, and he'll hold for the whistle. Heritage takes advantage of their speed on that break-in. Just skated around. Good angle into Hogue, 1-on-1. Hogue equal to the challenge. Heritage wins the draw. Shot deflected out of play. Drew Nichols on the draw. Gets in the corner for Eitel. Dug out by Nichols. Nichols up for Lewandowski. Tie into the zone. A shot in on net. Rebound. Save. Moore put a shot. Fadeaway shot into net, and then he absorbs a hit into the wall here. Moore is down. Moore on his feet. He'll come off. Looks like an upper body injury, possibly. Holding his arm. Just took a hit at open ice and then took a kind of a step backwards and then into the wall. So we'll keep an eye on him on the bench. All right, face-off played around far side. Harmonesh holds it in to the wall. Now dugout. by Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen looks for something in the middle, moves it back to the wall for Esch. Esch, the leading point scorer on Caledonia, coming off a 3-goal game against Forest Hills Northeastern. A wild game on the scoreboard Wednesday. 3 Caledonia Scots registering hat tricks that game. Lewandowski along with Silva and Esch, of course. Broken back into the zone by Supak. A shot in from the point and it goes in! Oh, Ethan Silva! Speaking of the goal scorer, I've seen that once before from him where he fades away into the wall but puts a wrist shot that just tucks right under the crossbar. And that's not a shot as a goaltender you're kind of expecting to see. So Cal extends the lead 4-1. Gorby gets a stick on it, gets it in deep. Heritage plays it around near side. Loose in the neutral for Quigley. Quigley reverses course, carries it up near side nicely. Dumped back out by the Heritage defense. Mitchell feeds the pass. Gorby had his stick on the puck, but in the zone, Baltimore hadn't cleared yet. Mitchell, Baltimore, Gorby up front. Quigley and Veliska on defense. Puck goes loose into the back of the wall. Played around far side on the breakout. Into neutral zone. Hawks carry it in, pressured by Quigley. Hawks still down low. A pass on the doorstep. A save by Hogue. Wow, it's Hogue sliding post to post. Nice play by the Hawks. A one-timer on the doorstep. Caught by Sam and held. Drew Nichols on the face-off. Played ahead by Quigley. Saginaw able to hold it in. Veliska in the corner. Takes a hit. Nichols moves it out. Pass for Lewandowski on the rush. Tie near side. A shot. Deflected into the back, or into the glass and all the way out. Loose puck into the Caledonia zone. Quigley hustles back. Pushes it into the back wall. Now sends it over for Nichols. Nichols high off the glass for Lewandowski. Jumps to the defender, loose into the zone. Icing is waved off. Lewandowski ties it in the corner, gets in the middle. Drop for Nichols, and he scores! Nice tic-tac-toe play there by the forwards. I believe that was Osborne on the assist. Nichols banged it in. Lewandowski gets in his second assist on that one. Heritage wins the draw. Played back into the Caledonia zone. Itel held up play at the blue line. Burns took a swing at it. Moved back to the middle by the Hawks. Loose. Isaiah Supak kicked it ahead. Absorbs a hit at the blue line. Burns ahead. Burns dump in. Played by the Hawks behind their own goal near side. High off the glass to neutral zone. Jumped the stick. Evan Moore with control. Moves the pass over for, that's Itel. Played up the wall. wasn't touched until it hit the back end line, so an icing whistle. Bring it in the defensive zone. Moore and Itel stay out on defense. In comes Mikkelsen, Esch, and Sova. Face-off played out by Cal. Esch fed it to Sova. Got it back to Esch. Oop. Had to stop at the blue line. Sova goes in. Esch has to hold up. Now he carries it in. Esch with a shot just wide. Out to the point. Itel. A shot in. Save. Loose in front. Rebound. Mikkelsen couldn't get it over. Now a pass in front by Mikkelsen to Esch. Shot deflected. Hawks chip around the defender. Hawks back with it. Down low. A shot save. And the rebound's cleared out by Itel. Icing arms up. And we'll bring it back. Good drive in by the Hawks. And again, Sam Hogue up to the challenge. Evers, Bultema, Gorby, Mitchell, and Supak. Oh, halfway through the second period, halfway through the game. Saginaw with a shot. Oh, a rebound shot on the back door, just went wide. Tough break for them. Puck played at the blue line by Bultema. He and Supak trying to push it ahead. Hawks take possession, pass far side. Evers gets a stick on it, holds it there at the blue line nicely. Cleared back, picked off by Heritage, dumped in, and they'll chase after it. Hogue got a stick on it, played it off the back of the net though. Gorby with a nice hit to loosen the puck up to Mitchell as he drives it in. Mitchell on the near side, down low. Mitchell, backhand into the goaltender, saved. Heritage able to clear, knocked down by Supak at mid-ice, and he'll dump it in deep. Goaltender settles. Cal gets a change up top. On comes Lewandowski along with Nichols. Icing whistled. Osborne and Veliska out on D. Lewandowski, Nichols, and Osborne. Tic-tac-toe pass goal earlier. Loose in front. Nichols tried to get a backhand, couldn't get a good grip on it. Pass in front, played out by the Hawks. Back to Nichols, he puts the backhand in on net. And a save by the Hawks goaltender. Played behind the net by the Hawks on the breakout. Goes loose of the blue line. Chipped around. Hawks. Pass in the middle. It's disrupted. Nichols with a stick on it. Got it to Lewandowski. Ty Lewandowski carries it far side. Into the corner. Pressed into the wall. Hawks there to help. Osborne helps. Now it goes loose to Nichols. Pass back to Veliska. Veliska back to Nichols. Into the corner. Centers it. Puts it behind the net. Saginaw gets the room on the wall to clear it. Played to middle of the ice. Osborne to Jagger Burns and dumped in deep. Burns will give chase. Heritage there. They'll chip it to neutral. Into the Caledonia zone. Hogue settles it for Quigley. Heritage gets a full line change. Quigley moves it out to Eston Brown. Cross ice pass. Supak able to advance it ahead. Isaiah Supak. Across the blue line, into the corner. Jagger Burns. Burns to the near side. Pass in front for Brown. A shot knocked down. Good play. High off the glass by the Hawks. Bouncing over Moore's head. Hawks there first. Pass in front. Deflected. Loose to Esch. Esch from the blue line. trying to get through two. Puck goes loose into the corner. Now played behind the net in the Hawks' far side corner. Pressure by Mikkelsen, gets it to Sova. Sova back from Esch. Esch looking for Mikkelsen on the back door, goes into the corner. Mikkelsen spun his way to the middle, a shot saved. Another pass in the middle. Esch carries it back now behind the net. Harman Esch trying to scoop it into the cross-style goal. Held up by Moore at the wall. Puts it in the corner. Sova. And now the Hawks able to clear it. Puck races down. And we'll get a whistle for icing. Nichols, Lewandowski, and Landon Moore. He's back out. Good to see. Gabe Supak and Thomas Evers on defense. Face-off won by Cal. Lewandowski plays it behind the net. Landon Moore. Hawks play it to the far corner. Breakout on the wall. Pass into neutral zone. Chip through 2-on-1. Hawks in. Pass over. Knocked. Played by Thomas Evers. Hawks, though, keep it in the zone. Top of the circle, a shot. Hogue with a glove. Face off into the wall. Hawks play it now behind the net. Supak's there. In the feet. Supak chipped into the corner, up the wall. Landon Moore, cross ice on the tape for Mitchell. Or Nichols. Defender goes down. Nichols down low. Pass. Cross knocked down. Nichols got the second attempt through, but the Hawks will play it. Harder on the wall to the near side. Pass into the middle connects. Hawks from the far side. Poked out by Supak. Dumped back in by the Hawks. Long range pass, looks for Lewandowski. Ty trying to find catch the defense on a change. Ty sends a pass cross ice for Nichols, knocked down. He'll go for a change. Mitchell takes it away. Mitchell ties it up at the back wall. Hawks get some help. Outlet, gets past Supak. Hawks bring it ahead, 2-on-1. Pass in the middle, a shot in on Hogue. Is saved. Hogue, the senior goaltender, team leader, and key component in the success of this Caledonia hockey team thus far. Cal with 3 great goalies on the team, but Hogue, the senior, playing out his last second half of the season. Mitchell sends it cross ice. This will be picked up by Quigley, dumped in shallow, held in. Boltema after it. Hawks, outlet near side, gets past the defense. Veliska gives chase to the loose puck. Saginaw's right there with him. Veliska touched it into the wall. Quigley got a stick on it. Played to the middle by Gorby. Comes out to neutral zone. Boltema pulls it ahead. Rylan Boltema trying to find his shot over the net. Mitchell settles it in the wall, now carries it to the middle. Mitchell still with it. Bryce gets it back to Veliska at the point. Shot in on goal, knocked down, loose in the feet. Now back out to Veliska, holds it at the blue line to Mitchell at the wall. Mitchell back to Veliska. Veliska looking cross ice for it, chipped out by the Hawks. They've got a breakaway. Moore gives chase, shot goes wide. Puck held in the zone by the Hawks. Now they race it ahead far side. Moore with pressure, but they push it through and a shot on Hogue is saved. Hawks now regroup in their own zone. They got a shift change. Cal gets a couple new skaters out. Osborne and Burns and Brown. Moore and Velisca on defense. Hawks pass through the middle, picked off by Brown. Now played by Osborne, picked off by Moore, gets it back to Osborne at mid-ice, dumped in deep by the Hawks, and they've got a man on the puck. At the end line, centering pass, shot disrupted nicely by Velisca. Goes over Hogue, puck shot deflected, bouncing into Hogue, and he'll cover. About 100 seconds here away from the end of the second period. Cal holding on to a comfortable 5-1 lead. Evan Moore behind his own net, off the wall, outlet to Esch. Esch, long range for Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen down low, tried to center it, knocked down, bouncing puck. Hawks will get it first. Cross ice pass, picked off by Esch. Gets it to Moore. Moore, long range for Sova. Sova carries in. He's got Mikkelsen 3-on-2 in the zone. Mikkelsen's shot disrupted by the Hawks. Esch, though, holds it in. Mikkelsen back to Esch, jumped his stick. Esch, though, backs into it and puts it behind the net. Sova after the loose puck. Hawks try to outlet. That's going to come out of the zone. Eitel over for Moore. Moore crosses the red line, puts it in, picked off by the Hawks. They play it up the far side, picked off by Eitel. He finds Sova now. Sova over for Landon Moore. Back to Sova in front, cleared away by the defense. Loose puck picked up by Lewandowski. Ty Lewandowski, shifty move behind the net. Now centers it for Nichols, a shot that's saved by the goaltender and up into the netting. 26.5 seconds left here in the second. Supak comes out on D with Thomas Evers. Nichols, Lewandowski, and Landon Moore up top. Face-off played by the Hawks behind their own goal, far side. Stops, takes it out near side on the breakout at the wall. Now a cross-ice pass, jump to stick with Saginaw chipped into the middle. Supak tried to clear off a Cal skate, now cleared out by Thomas Evers. Landon Moore tries to disrupt. Hawks push it ahead. 5 seconds on the clock. Puck goes loose into the wall, and that should do it for second period. So Traverse City Showcase, first two periods complete. Cal leading 5-1. We're going to take a short break. Thanks for watching again this morning on the Pass Shoot Score Hockey Network. Lewandowski, a pass in the middle. Nichols couldn't play it. Nichols pass all the way through to neutral. Pass for Lewandowski in the middle, played out by the Hawks. All right, third period back here at Traverse City. First minute done here in the third. Cal breaks it back in. Harmon Esch with a shot that's held by the goaltender. Gorby on the draw. Bultema and Mitchell out with him, held up by Gorby. Puck loose to Baltimore. Heritage puts it behind their own goal. Pass up the wall. Deflected in neutral. Hawks carry it in. Moore got a stick on it. Pass picked off by Baltimore. Sauce pass for Mitchell on the tape. Mitchell down low, a shot save. Puck loose far side. Hawks able to clear to neutral. They've got a man on it at the red line. Dumps it in deep. Eitel picks it off. Hawks with the line change. Mitchell pass back to the middle, looking for Gorby. Gorby's pass back to the near side for Mitchell. Mitchell down for Baltimore. A shot. Quick shot by Baltimore. And the goaltender for the Hawks there to make the save. Face off, jumps Veliska into neutral. Quigley there dumps it in. Cal checks up on the offsides. Osborne out with Supak and Barnes. That's Isaiah Supak, the senior forward. Hawks chip it past Quigley, but he's there to chase it down. Puts the brakes on. Look at that move. Over for Burns. Jagger across the blue line onside. Burns down deep behind the net. Jagger on the scoreboard today. Scores sheet shot in by Osborne. Nice pass by Burns. And a save by the goaltender. Cal defense. This is Veliska. Gets it to Osborne. Osborne off the glass looking for Burns. Played by the Hawks. Hawks long range pass far side. Cal on a little bit of a line change now. Isaiah Supak gives chase. Hawks dig it out. Chipped around the far wall. Thomas Evers plays it back. Hawks, though, with a stick on it. Now they press ahead with speed. Nice defense by Gabe Supak. Hawks get it back, though. A rip in on Will Dickey. Will Dickey is the new goaltender for Caledonia. The junior goaltender in his, might be his second or third appearance of the season. So get some minutes out there. Made a nice save there as the Hawks were able to get a good shot. Cal now pushes the puck out of the zone. Nichols over for Lewandowski. Back to Nichols, deflected off the back glass. Landon Moore, the line mate out there as well. He plays it off the near wall. Hawks, though, push it ahead. Chipped around Supak. Gabe, though, good retreat speed. Pushes play into the back wall. Recovery speed, I should say. Supak comes out with it. Cross ice pass. Lewandowski played it back to the middle, out of the reach of Nichols. Hawks get a few fresh legs on the ice. Push it in deep. Evan Moore. Push back to the near corner for Supak. Supak has it pulled away. Gets it back to Moore. Moore gets it back to Supak. Pass long range. Chip through the feet. Oh, Sova trying to pull it from behind the defender. Right at the blue line. Hawks, though, played it out. Mikkelsen with a turnover. William Mikkelsen, top of the zone. Shot goes wide. Loose puck played by, that was Sova. Made a pass in the middle for Mikkelsen. Touched, just a little touch shot into the goaltender. Sova, Esch, Mikkelsen, Eitel, and Evan Moore. This one comes out of the zone, giving chase. Eitel leaves it for Esch, just out of his reach, though. The Hawks possess. They regroup in their own zone. Pass through the middle. Moore got a skate on it, and then Esch contested, leaving it for Eitel. Gets it to Esch. Esch back to the middle, all the way through to the wall. Played out by the Hawks. Sova holds it here for now. Puts a backhand in deep. Hawks with pressure by Boltima on the forecheck. Gorby with a dumping attempt that got deflected, cleared out. Moore, Evan Moore, he's got to wait. Now he brings it in just offsides. Face off one by Cal. Veliska up the wall for Mitchell. Controls, centers it down towards goal, all the way through up the wall. Quigley tried to hold it there. Hawks able to clear it. Veliska gets a stick on it. Bang back in the zone by Quigley. Mitchell gives chase. Down in the corner goes Gorby. Hawks play it out. Veliska keeps it in the zone, goes cross ice for Quigley. Quigley makes a move, creates some space. Now dumps it behind the net. Puck is loose on the wall. Gorby will play it. Gorby's backhand pass picked off by the Hawks. They'll try to play it out. Held up at the blue line by Brown, but played in by the Hawks. Hawks with control. They'll dump it back to the near wall. Pass back to the point man. Played in towards net. Deflected into the far corner. Quigley banged it behind the net for his D partner. Left for Brown. Brown up the wall for Mitchell. Or I'm sorry, that's Gorby. Gorby up the wall for Mitchell. Mitchell retreats it back. Gets it to Quigley. Played ahead. Picked off by the Hawks. Cal gets a few fresh legs on the ice. Veliska D's up. Holds the puck at the net. Now drug out by Burns. Burns pass on the tape for Osborne. Drives in on net. Osborne tried to shift to a backhand. And the puck went all the way through into the wall. Now carried out by the Hawks. A drop pass. This will be picked off by Osborne. He's going to have some room. 2-on-2. Osborne drives in towards net. A shot deflects into the glass. Played to the point position. Dumped back in. That was Evers. Now it's cleared by the Hawks. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off in the offensive zone. Referees asking which side. Landon Moore, Lewandowski, and Nichols up top. Supak and Thomas Evers on defense. Face off into the back wall. Landon Moore pressed it up there. Moore centering pass played out by the Hawks. Through the air. Bounced off a helmet and deep. Supak's after it. Supak out of the corner, trying to move the puck up the wall. Played back by the Hawks. Centering pass loose in front. Backhand shot over the net. Evers behind the net. Ties it up in the back wall. Centering pass picked off by Nichols. Nichols, some nifty skating, gets it to Supak. Supak's dump in from the red line. Cross ice. Played quickly by the Hawks, though. Hawks now dump it near side. Aiden Eitel is there, fresh off the bench. Play out of the zone, but back in by Lewandowski. Wow, look at that spin. And now he carries it forward with speed. Lewandowski on the forehand shot, goes all the way through. Eitel from the point position. Holds it in, gets it low to Sova. Sova centers for Mikkelsen, deflected out. Sova tried to send a pass across the crease and played out by the Hawks. Evan Moore behind the net for his D partner Eitel. His pass for Esch picked off, but played out. Saginaw Heritage will regroup and now carry back in on the rush. A shot off the side of the net. Heritage takes the puck again. Chipped away nicely by Eitel. Heritage, though, keeps possession behind the net. Eitel lost a stick. Centering pass played out. Deflected out by either defender or goaltender. Big collision there at the player's box. Heritage Hawks with it. Dumped in on Dickey. He deflects in the corner for Evan Moore. Moore holds the puck there, takes the hit. Moore, pass cross ice for Esch off the stick. Esch, though, keeps it in the zone. Esch in the corner, centers it, goes all the way through. Hawks now on the breakout one-on-one. Hawks with speed, near side. He'll curl back to the top of the zone. Now fed it to the middle. Loose for Mitchell. Ooh, we'll get a whistle and a penalty. A slashing call. Evan Moore whistled. So Moore goes to the box. 2-minute slashing call. And the Hawks go on a power play. Mitchell, Veliska, Quigley, and Lewandowski on the penalty kill. Dump length of the ice. Hawks will take possession. The cycle behind their goal on the breakout. Heritage, top of the zone, far side to the far wall. Now towards the middle, deflected into the corner, centered it to the back door, deflected into the wall. Heritage with possession here on the wall. Pass back to the point, back to the wall, centered it, picked off by Mitchell and dumped deep. In on the goaltender. He'll play it back out near side. Sauce pass caught, driven in, top of the zone. Drop pass to the point man, now back to the corner. Trying to make some space, setting something up. 1 minute left in the penalty kill. Shot goes wide of Dickey. Quigley ties it in the corner. Heritage double teams him, digs it out, moves it back to the point. Pass to the backside, shot off the side of the net. Heritage up the wall, out to the point, back to the far point. Now on the doorstep, a shot goes wide into the ref. Ouch. Sova holds it at the wall. Heritage lays a big hit. Cal trying to move the puck out of the zone here. 25 seconds left. Loose to the point, now dumped in deep. Heritage with it behind the net. Big collision there by Veliska. Puck sent far side. Esch with a hit. Quigley pins the man on the wall. Good in-zone penalty kill here by Cal. 1 second left. Shot in on Dickey, a save. And now clear length of the ice. Cal back with 5 skaters, so that'll be an icing. Just under 5 minutes left in the third period and the game. Defensive zone draw in front of Will Dickey. Puck played by Mitchell. Out of the zone. Mitchell, Bultema, Gorby, Supak, and Evers. We'll get a whistle here as that's froze by the goalie. Mitchell on the faceoff. Played by the Eagles, or the Heritage, held in by Cal. Supak from the point position, pushes it in the wall, corner. Supak on the end line, brings it on in front, a shot, save, and the net comes off. So we'll get a whistle. Caledonia, Supak picks up the puck at mid-ice, brings it in the zone. He's got Burns in the middle. Supak tried to rip a shot, knocked down, played in the corner. Centering pass by Osborne, played behind the net by the Hawks. Into neutral zone, Supak off the wall. We have both Supaks on the same shift here. Hawks carry it in though, down low on Dickey, a shot wide. Loose at the wall, Isaiah Supak. Played to the middle by the Hawks. Point man, backhand in on Dickey. He's going to use the stick and glove and hold that for the whistle. Full slate of high school games here at Center Ice Arena in Traverse City. 2 sheets. There'll be games all day until approximately 6 p.m. I think it's the last game. On the other ice right now, Granville leads Clarkston 3-1 in the third period. Teams from all over the state of Michigan here. Upper Peninsula down to Detroit, West Michigan, the Lake Huron side of the mitten, Alpena's here. Landon Moore picks off the puck, sends a pass to Lewandowski. Tie, shot, saved by the goaltender. Rebound, played to the middle, picked off by, that's Eitel. Played in the corner, Aiden Eitel trying to move it to the middle. Picked off by the Hawks. Eitel though right in the, applying pressure to keep it in the zone. Lewandowski gets it to Nichols. Nichols in the corner. Fed it to Lewandowski. Another hit at the wall. Nichols takes it out. Nichols pass to Eitel. Eitel shot wide. Hawks bring it in. Eitel pushes play into the wall, into the corner. Nichols is there to sweep the loose puck. Nichols into the middle. Dumps it in deep on net. He'll glove and a hold. We're between the second and third period on the other sheet of ice. Again, Granville leading Clarkston 3-1. Harmon Esch played it in towards net and a save. Good save by the goaltender on a quick shot by Esch. Esch trying to dig the puck. Battling there to hold it in the zone. Veliska got a stick on it, picked off by the Hawks. Veliska gets another stick on it to hold it out. Sova carries it ahead. Cross ice for Esch. Good stick by the Hawks. They'll drive it back. On the near side, driven behind the net to the far corner. Hawks maintain possession. Off the wall into the corner. Along the end line, centering pass on the doorstep, a shot. Loose on the far side for Mikkelsen. William Mikkelsen dumps it in from the blue line. Loose puck in the corner for Sova, digs it out at the side of the net, takes a hit. Played to the near wall. Now to the middle, the Hawks on a breakout. Mitchell pressures, backhand in on Dickey. And he's there for the hold. 90 seconds left. Face-off played out by Mitchell into the middle for Bultema. Bultema had a back checker, but Bultema used the body to take the puck back. Gorby behind the net. Mitchell, Gorby into the corner. Bultema after it. Hawks play it into the corner, now up the wall. Held in by Evers. Mitchell, far side wall. Centers it, picked off by the Hawks. They'll drive it ahead. 1 minute left in the game. Shot deflected up into the rafters. And we'll have a D-zone draw as Cal makes another line change. Lewandowski, Sova. Oh, penalty called on Caledonia. Baltima whistled for something. So Cal, barring a goal on the Saginaw side, will end the game shorthanded here. 55 seconds left. Pass back to the point man. Shot in on Dickey goes over. Saginaw from the point position. Supak with a stick on it. Supak off the wall. Clears the zone. Gets it to Sova. Sauce over for Lewandowski. Goes through to the wall. Lewandowski runs into the ref. Keeps control though in the zone. Dumps it deep. Sova's there. Sova from the face-off dot. Back to Supak. A shot deflected by the goaltender. Up into the netting. Goaltender just got a piece of that on the shoulder. Esch, Mitchell, Supak, and Eitel to finish this out. 16 seconds left. Face off in the zone, held at the wall by Esch. Saginaw gets some help. They'll put one through the air. They got a man waiting at the blue line, bouncing puck into Eitel. Aiden will hold it in his own zone, sends it length of the ice, and that should do it. There's the final buzzer. Caledonia wins game 1 of the North-South Showcase here at Traverse City. Final score 5-1 against the Saginaw Heritage Hawks. Cal looking to carry that confidence and winning streak forward into tomorrow's game. We'll be back, probably tape delay again tomorrow, but the game time is 12:15 or so Eastern Time here at Center Ice Arena. Tomorrow their opponent, the Jeffers Jets. Should be a very competitive game and a very tough opponent. So we'll celebrate today. Cal ends game 1, score 5-1. Dickey and Hogue share the win in net. We'll see everyone tomorrow.